All right, Shalom. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory and honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash, the honors the apostles and the elders of great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is the priest Zion back with another edition of GMS News and Prophecy, and this is going to deal with World War III and some updated news. Okay, this is from the Express website, and this headline: terrifying video shows entire European cities wiped out in U.S.-Russia nuclear war horror. All right, now we here at Great Millstone, we always prophesy and talk about World War III that is soon going to take place, or the Battle of Armageddon is written about in the scriptures. Okay, and that we tell you that it's going to take place via small conventional war battles. You know, your rockets, you know, your guns, your troops. But this war is going to be a nuclear war. Okay. So it says here, horrifying footage shows the locations that would initially be targeted in a nuclear war between the United States and Russia, with 34 million people being killed in less than 5 hours, right? And these battles that are going to take place around the world, they're going to take place, at first, you're going to have the different nations fight with each other, okay? But what these people don't understand here is they don't understand that prophecy, according to the Bible, is takes precedent. It's going to take precedent over whatever scenario that they can come up with. Okay. And there's a video here. It's not a real long article. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get this back up. All right. So it's not a real long article, but let me start with this scripture first. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood." Now this goes back to your ancient way of fighting. You know, armies under a certain king or general would line up in a particular area, and they would use, you know, different strategies of war. Like the Romans had the phalanx battle strategy, sort of like what you see in the movie 300. Okay, and they would fight with swords, shields, and arrows. Okay, but it says here, "But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire," because this new war that's going to take place is going to be with nuclear fire. Okay, and even throughout history, you know, you had a different projectiles, you know, with fire being added to, you know, certain projectiles to burn down villages or, you know, break into a city. But the new method now is nuclear fire. Okay. So here it says Princeton University researchers released a bleak video simulation which lays bare how a nuclear war between Russia and the U.S. would unfold. Towards the start of the video, titled Plan A, Russia sends 3,000 nuclear warcraft to NATO bases across Europe. The simulation then shows London and surrounding areas targeted, with the whole European continent being wiped out in just 3 hours, with an estimate 2.6 million killed or injured. It says London is depicted as being carpet bombed and Europe is devastated, at which point NATO launches a further 600 warheads from U.S. soil and via nuclear submarines aimed at Russian nuclear forces, with Russia responding with a salvo of its own. There are further 3.4 million casualties in just 45 minutes. Both sides then launched further strikes on major population centers, with another 85.3 million people killed and wounded in the course of 45 minutes. Okay, now we don't know necessarily how many people are going to die in this war, okay, around the world as a total, but we do know that there's over 300 million people here in America, all right, Babylon the Great, and that 200 million missiles, all right, or as the scripture says, 200,000, okay, nuclear missiles are going to be launched to Babylon the Great to destroy it. So everybody on the soil of America is going to be destroyed. All right. Let's go to Revelation. All right. And then the scriptures say too that certain battles are going to take place amongst the nations. Now, whether or not nuclear missiles get launched, that's yet to be seen. Okay, but we do know that America is going to be totally destroyed by nuclear missiles, and the spirit of the Lord Himself is going to be within the missiles to destroy America. All right, so this is Revelation 9, and Revelation 9. Let's see, I want to start. I'll start at verse 14. It says, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. All right, so you have the angels that are around the river Euphrates. They're in the Middle East that are set up to begin World War III. Okay, it says, and the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. Now that third part of men is talking about Esau. Okay, so we have the angels that are set up to destroy Esau and this system. All right, and these other Edomites around the world, including Europe. All right, and they're going to be set up to bring about World War III. All right, for a specific time. It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And this is speaking about the missiles. All right, I'm going to continue reading. It says, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses, which are the warheads, were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. It says, by these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issue out of their mouths, for their powers in their mouth, right? They were just their head, the warhead, and in their tails, because when you look at a nuclear missile, you see the smoke behind it and the fire behind it. For their tails were like on the serpents, and that's what we what's known in scripture as the fiery flying serpent. Are those nuclear missiles that are launched from, the earth into the atmosphere and down to their target. Okay, it says, for their tails were like on the serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Okay, so these missiles are going to be launched, okay, to destroy different places around the world. Let's see if I can play this video. Some of it at least. I don't need an ad. All right, what is the ad? I'll just leave a link to the video. So World War III is going to take place via nuclear missiles. Okay, it says here, read more. Russia versus U.S. nuclear war conflict would kill 34 million in 5 hours. Well, the ultimate destruction of America is going to take place in 1 hour. All right, let's get that. Okay, because scripture says, for in 1 hour will Babylon the Great be destroyed. Okay, so let's go to Revelation 18. All right, so this is Revelation 18. I start at the top. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. That's your United States of America, okay? All right? America is known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures and prophecy. It's not Esau, it's not Edom, it's a place. And that place is the United States of America. It says it is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's because after the destruction via a nuclear holocaust take place here in America, the only thing that's going to be left to live here is desert creatures, birds and lizards. Okay. All right. So America's going to be destroyed. I'm going to get straight to the point. Okay. Because it's going to say in 1 hour. Yep. So this is, I read up a little bit. I'm going to just jump around a little bit. This is, I read verse 7. It says, how much she hath glorified herself. We know that America's a proud country, a proud nation. All right, starting with these so-called white people, these Edomites. It says, and have lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. So America's going to be destroyed in one day. All right. Death and mourning and famine. That's also coming to America. Major death, martial law, famine. All right, you niggas out there, all right, y'all not gonna be able to fight over Popeye's chicken sandwiches, okay? And Edomites are not going to be concerned with your Whole Foods and your Sprouts and all these different stores, because it ain't gonna be no food left, okay? It says, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. And right, and that's nuclear fire, all right, because it says that this war, this battle, shall be with burning and fuel of fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, who judgeth her. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. The judgment upon Babylon the Great. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication, whether it be England, China, Russia, Japan, doesn't matter what country that has these different deals and alliances with America, okay, they're the ones that's going to destroy America, okay, along with the angels of the Lord. And that's why these so-called UFO sightings with all the chariots of the Most High are so prevalent in the news right now, okay. I just put up a video where it says that the U.S. Navy admits that the UFOs are real, okay. So it says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that city, okay, which is a place, which is America, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So the judgment that's going to take place in America, it's only going to take 1 hour, not 5 hours, not, just 35 million people killed. All right. It's going to be millions of people killed here in America and around the world, especially so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are wicked, the 2/3. All right. Which are the Israelites. They're going to be destroyed. But the 1/3 of the Israelites are going to be delivered. Okay. Because it says that in about 5 hours, in less than 5 hours. Well, it's only going to take 1 hour to destroy America. And that's Bible prophecy. Okay? And that's the point. Okay? I'm going to end it there. I hope this was an edifying lesson. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honors unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Rakakwadash, Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect.